Welcome to Sacred Stillness, a quiet space where fragile hearts can finally exhale. Here, we don't ask you to be stronger. We simply hold space for how deeply you already feel. Tonight's prayer is for the ones who've been told they're too emotional, too dramatic, too soft. The ones who cry over things others ignore. The ones who carry silent bruises where the world told them to toughen up. If you've ever whispered, "God, why does it feel like I break so easily and heal so slowly?" This prayer is for you. Let your tired heart rest here. You don't have to explain your softness. You don't have to apologize for feeling too much. Just breathe and let these words be the arms that hold you, right where you are. I was told I'm too sensitive. They said I was too soft, too quick to cry, too easily hurt by things that shouldn't matter. And I believed them, God. I believed that something must be wrong with me because I felt everything too deeply, too honestly, too much. But tonight, I want to give you all the wounds I've carried in silence. Every moment I was told my sensitivity made me less. I want to offer you the quiet ache of growing up feeling like a mistake. Please hear me, Lord. I don't know how to carry this anymore. Pray 1. God, I remember the first time I was told to stop crying. It was something small, a broken toy, a harsh word, and someone said, "Stop being so sensitive." I didn't even know what that meant, but I felt shame bloom in my chest like a bruise. Even now, I still feel it. Lord, was it wrong to feel hurt? Was it wrong to care? Or did you make me this way for a reason? Pray 2. I started hiding my tears, not because I stopped feeling, but because I learned that my feelings weren't welcome. I laughed when I wanted to cry. I nodded when I wanted to scream. I became quiet when my heart wanted to speak. God, do you see how long I've been shrinking? How long I've tried to erase the parts of me that feel too much? Pray 3. Sometimes I wonder what I'd be like if no one ever called me too emotional. Would I walk lighter? Would I trust my feelings instead of fearing them? Would I see my softness as beauty instead of burden? God, I want to reclaim the little child in me, the one who felt everything fully before the world taught me to numb it all away. God, I confess, I've tried to become someone I'm not. I've tried to be colder, tougher, harder, just so the world would stop hurting me. But I don't want to lose myself in the name of survival. Please remind me that my sensitivity is not a flaw to fix. It's a language of the soul, and you speak it fluently. Tonight, I offer you every memory where I was made to feel weak for being tender. I offer you the buried tears, the silenced words, the aching heart. Hold me, God, like I was meant to be held, not as a problem, but as a person, not as a burden, but as your beloved creation, soft-hearted and still worthy of love. Why do I feel so much? There are days, God, when I wish I didn't feel everything so intensely. The beauty, the heartbreak, the silence, the small moments, they all strike me like thunder, even when no one else flinches. And sometimes I ask, why me? Why this heart? Because it's not easy carrying a soul that absorbs every shadow and every light. Pray 6. God, is there something wrong with me for feeling joy so high and sorrow so deep, sometimes in the same breath? Why do things move me that others seem to pass by? A quiet sunset, a trembling voice, a stranger's eyes that carry pain. Why does my heart notice it all? Was I meant to feel like this, or am I just too much? Pray 7. Sometimes, Lord, I envy those who can shrug things off, who can walk away without looking back, who can love with boundaries and hurt with armor. But I carry everything, every word, every look, every goodbye. It sits in me like a memory that refuses to leave. God, why does it all stay so long in my chest? Pray 8. I see someone in pain and I feel it like it's mine. I see beauty and I ache with longing. I hear a song and I'm transported to a place I never meant to revisit. Lord, this heart feels too big for my body. And while it lets me love deeply, it also leaves me tired. So tired. Why does love cost so much when it lives in me? I've heard people say, "You care too much," as if it's a weakness, a flaw to be corrected. But you, God, you are love itself. You feel every hurt, hear every cry, see every hidden sorrow. So if I'm made in your image, maybe my sensitivity isn't too much. Maybe it's holy, sacred, and hard to carry only because it was never meant to be numb. Tonight, I won't curse my depth, even if it makes life harder, even if it makes me break more often. God, I ask you to teach me how to live with this heart, not in shame, but with grace. Help me see that feeling deeply is not a burden, but a way of seeing you in places others have stopped looking. Is this a gift or a curse? God, sometimes I don't know what to make of this heart you gave me. Some days it feels like a miracle, like I can see beauty others miss, like I can hold pain that others ignore. But other days, it feels like a curse, like I'm drowning in feelings too big for me to carry. And I don't know what to believe anymore. Was this heart a blessing or a burden I was never meant to bear? Pray 11. Lord, I've been told that I'm gifted with empathy, but no one tells you how much it hurts. No one warns you that feeling everything also means carrying invisible weight, the kind no one else sees, but that you can't ever put down. Is this really a gift, God? Or am I just bleeding from the edges of what was meant to be beautiful? Pray 12. I love deeply. I forgive quickly. I ache when others ache, even when they don't ask me to. And sometimes I wonder if you created me this way so that someone in the world would still feel when others have gone numb. But it's lonely here, God. It's hard to be the one who feels in a world that praises those who don't. Pray 13. If this tenderness is from you, then teach me how to carry it with honor instead of shame. If this heart is a reflection of yours, then help me stop apologizing for it. I don't want to resent the very thing you placed inside me. I want to believe it's sacred, even when it's messy, even when it makes life harder. Pray 14. I've been told to toughen up, to be less emotional, to grow thicker skin. But God, what if you never wanted me to grow calloused? What if softness was never a flaw but a calling? a way to carry light into places that have forgotten how to feel. Pray 15. Tonight, I bring you this question. Was my sensitivity ever meant to be a curse? Or have I just spent my life in places that didn't know how to hold something so tender? God, if this is a gift, help me unwrap it slowly, with reverence, not regret. Let me learn how to live with it instead of hiding it. I break so easily. God, I hate how fragile I feel sometimes. One word can shatter me. One cold glance can stay with me for weeks. People tell me I'm overreacting, that I should let things go. But I don't know how. It feels like I'm made of glass in a world full of stone. Lord, I try to act like I'm okay. I smile, I nod, I keep going. But deep inside, I feel cracked. Like one more sharp word might split me open completely. Why do I bruise so easily, God? Why does my heart feel like it's always one breath away from breaking? Sometimes I envy those who can take things lightly. They shake off criticism, they laugh at cruelty. They build walls so nothing gets in. But me? Everything gets in. It's like I have no shield, no filter, no way to block out the weight of this world. And I wonder, did you mean for me to be this exposed? I've been told I'm too sensitive, as if that justifies why people hurt me. But no one tells the ones who cause the pain to be more careful. Instead, they tell the broken not to break. Lord, is there a place in your heart for the ones who feel like they're always falling apart? I try to hold it together, God, for everyone, for peace, for survival. But the truth is, I break, often, quietly, alone. And sometimes I wish someone would just hold me when I do, instead of telling me to be stronger. Tonight, I bring you the pieces of me, not polished, not perfect, just broken and honest. If you are close to the brokenhearted, then come close to me now. Hold me gently, God, not with the demand to change, but with the grace to be as I am, fragile, but still whole in your eyes. The loneliness of feeling deeply. God, what hurts the most isn't just feeling too much, it's feeling it alone, carrying emotions no one seems to understand, sensing the undercurrents in a room while everyone else smiles, hurting quietly while the world rushes by. It's not the depth that scares me, it's the silence I meet when I go there. Pray 21. Lord, I feel like I live in a different dimension, one where things touch me that others never notice. I hear what isn't said, I feel what's beneath the surface, and I carry it home with me, long after the moment has passed. Is there anyone else like me, God? Or did you make me this way to walk alone? Pray 22. I can be in a room full of people and still feel like no one sees me, not the real me, the one who feels too deeply, thinks too much, loves too silently. God, is it possible to be surrounded, yet still completely unseen? Please tell me I'm not invisible to you. Pray 23. I've tried to share how I feel, but the words come out wrong, or they come out too heavy, too much for others to carry. So I keep it all inside. But Lord, where do people like me go when they need someone to feel with them? Pray 24. Sometimes I wish I could trade depth for lightness, to feel a little less, to float instead of sink. but I know you gave me this heart for a reason. Still, it's hard when I'm the only one who cries over things no one else notices. I don't want to feel foolish for caring. I just want to feel less alone in it. Pray 25. God, if no one else understands, then let that be okay, as long as you do, as long as you see me fully, not just as too emotional or too much, but as someone you made to love with intensity, to feel with clarity, to weep with compassion. Let my depth be something you treasure, even when the world doesn't know how to hold it. I'm not made for this world. God, there are days I feel like a stranger here, like this world was built for people with tougher skin, louder voices, and hearts that bounce back faster than mine ever could. I walk through life feeling out of place, as if I was designed for gentler things, but thrown into chaos. Was I made wrong, or just made differently? Pray 26. Lord, I try to fit in, to laugh when others laugh, to move at the speed they move, to pretend the noise doesn't hurt, but I can't. I feel too much. I need quiet. I need softness. And it makes me wonder, was I ever meant to belong in this kind of world? Pray 27. Sometimes I look around and feel like everyone else got a map, and I'm just wandering, trying to survive with a heart that wasn't built for constant battle. They push forward while I pause. They let go while I hold on. God, am I defective? Or is there beauty in being slow to harden? Pray 28. This world celebrates the bold, the fast, the unshaken. But what about the ones who whisper instead of shout? The ones who feel before they speak? The ones who break but still return with love? God, I may not be built for this world's pace, but maybe I was made for its healing. Show me where I still matter, even if I don't match what the world rewards. Pray 29. I'm tired, God. Tired of pretending I'm okay in places that never see me. Tired of shrinking to survive. Tired of wishing I was someone else. Someone less soft, less slow, less sensitive. But maybe what feels wrong in this world is actually right in yours. So tonight I stop trying to be who I'm not. I lay down the armor I was never meant to wear. I surrender this ache of not fitting in, and I place it in your hands. Because maybe, just maybe, I wasn't made for this world, but I was made for you. I just want to be understood. God, I'm not asking for much. Not for everyone to agree with me, not for the world to change its ways, just to be understood. To have someone look at me and say, I see why you feel that way. To not be treated like I'm broken just because I process life differently. Pray 31. Lord, I've spent so much of my life explaining myself, why I cried, why I cared, why I couldn't just get over it. And no matter how I tried, they still shook their heads, still rolled their eyes, still made me feel like I was speaking a language no one wanted to learn. Please, can you be the one who understands me without explanation? Pray 32. There's something so painful about being met with silence when I open my heart, or worse, being laughed at, judged, dismissed. God, I wasn't trying to be dramatic. I was just trying to be honest. Please remind me that my emotions are not a crime, and neither is needing someone to listen. Pray 33. I don't need solutions. I don't need advice. Sometimes I just need someone to sit beside me and say, that sounds hard. to let me cry without rushing me, to let me feel without fixing me. God, I believe you are that someone. Let me feel held by you tonight. Pray 34. I've lost count of the times I walked away from a conversation feeling more alone than when it started. Like I handed someone a piece of my soul and they dropped it without even noticing. Lord, is it too much to ask to be received gently when I finally gather the courage to be real? So here I am, God, with words I can't seem to say to anyone else, with feelings too raw for shallow spaces. Let this prayer be the place where I am understood, fully, softly, without judgment. Thank you for being the one who hears even the things I'm too afraid to speak.
I hate that I cry so much. God, I wish I didn't cry so much. I wish I didn't tear up over the smallest things. A sad song, a harsh tone, a goodbye that lingers too long. I've been told it's embarrassing, that it makes me look unstable. And now I flinch at my own tears, as if they're proof that something is wrong with me. But are they really? Prayer 36. Lord, I hate that I cry in front of people. Even when I try to hold it in, even when I breathe deep and smile through it, the tears still come, and I can feel the judgment in the room, like I've failed some silent test of strength. But what if tears are not failure, but a form of truth my body can't hide? Prayer 37. I've wiped away tears like they were shameful, apologized for them, laughed to cover them up. But why, God? Why have I learned to be embarrassed by something you created? If you gave us tears, surely they must serve a purpose. So why do I still feel broken every time I cry? Prayer 38. Some days I wish I could be stoic, to hold it all in, to keep a straight face, to not fall apart so easily. But I wasn't built that way. You made me tender. And maybe my tears aren't the problem. Maybe they're just the evidence that I'm still alive inside. Prayer 39. God, I've cried in bathrooms, in parked cars, under my blanket in the dark. I've cried in silence so no one would know. But you knew. You heard every tear that didn't make a sound. You were never ashamed of them. So why am I? Prayer 40. Tonight I give you my tears, all of them, the visible ones and the ones I swallowed. Let them be holy, not hidden. Let them be safe in your hands. And when I cry again, because I know I will, remind me I'm not weak. I'm just human. And maybe that's enough.
Am I weak, God? God, I've been carrying this question for so long. Am I weak? Is that what people see when I break down, when I shake under pressure, when I care too deeply and can't seem to let go? The world tells me strength is silence, that resilience means not flinching, not crying, not caring too much. But I don't know how to live like that. So, am I failing or just feeling? Pray 41. Lord, I've always been the one who felt everything a little louder, who needed longer to recover, who broke open instead of shutting down. And it's made me wonder, do you see me as fragile? Or is this what it means to be real? Because if this is weakness, then I must be full of it. But maybe you call it something else. Pray 42. I've tried to be strong, to keep my voice steady, to hold the tears back, to pretend I'm fine even when I'm falling apart inside. But it feels like wearing someone else's skin, like betraying the softness you put in me. God, please tell me, is there strength in falling to my knees, if that's where I meet you? Pray 43. They say I take things too personally. But how can I not when I feel so much? When words carve into me like they were meant to stay forever? I want to be stronger, God, but I don't want to become numb to survive. I want to feel fully and still be okay. Maybe I've misunderstood what strength really means. Maybe it's not about never breaking, but knowing where to go when I do. Not about hiding the pain, but bringing it to you. If that's true, then I've never been stronger than when I whisper, God, I need you. So tonight, I lay this question down. Am I weak? Or am I simply human, sensitive, open, raw, and still worthy of love? God, let me stop apologizing for the tenderness in me. Because if you are close to the brokenhearted, then maybe I've never been far from you.
When everyone says toughen up, God, I've heard it more times than I can count. Toughen up. Stop being so sensitive. This world will eat you alive. And maybe they're right. But every time I try to harden myself, I lose something I can't get back. Something gentle. Something honest. Something that feels like me. So what do I do when strength starts to feel like self-abandonment? Prayer 46. Lord, I've tried to build walls. I've tried to stop caring so much. I've tried to let words bounce off me instead of sink in. But it never works. I wasn't made for armor. I was made for connection, even when it leaves me bleeding. So please tell me, God, how do I live in this world without losing myself to survive? Prayer 47. Toughen up. They say it like it's wisdom, but it doesn't sound like you. You never told us to grow cold. You never taught us to silence our hearts. You wept. You broke. You felt. So if even you weren't too strong to cry, why am I ashamed when I do? Prayer 48. Sometimes I wonder if being tough is just another way of hiding, another way of avoiding the pain, another way of saying, I won't let the world touch me. But God, I don't want to become untouched. I want to feel. Even if it hurts, even if it means I fall apart sometimes. Because I believe you meet me in the places where I break. Prayer 49. I know the world is harsh, and maybe I'll never be as resilient as others, but maybe that's not the goal. Maybe I'm not here to be hard, but to stay open, to feel deeply, to love fully, to care when no one else does. God, give me courage to remain soft in a world that tells me not to be. Tonight, I choose not to toughen up, not because I'm weak, but because I'm brave enough to stay tender. I bring you the bruises from every time I tried to be what they wanted, and I ask you to heal the parts of me that believed kindness was a flaw. Let me carry softness with strength, not one or the other, but both, like you. This tenderness feels like a wound. God, there are moments when this tenderness inside me doesn't feel like a blessing. It feels like an open wound. Like I walk through life with no skin. Every harsh word, every cold look, every silence sinks into me too easily. I don't want to lose this softness, but sometimes it feels like it's breaking me. Pray 51. Lord, it hurts to care so deeply, to notice the pain others ignore, to be the one who remembers, who checks in, who carries the emotions no one speaks. I thought tenderness was supposed to be beautiful, but why does it hurt so much? Why does it feel like I'm bleeding in places no one else sees? Pray 52. I've been told my empathy is a gift, but most days it feels like weight, like I'm carrying more than I'm strong enough to hold. I don't want to stop feeling, but I'm tired of being pierced by everything I touch. God, if this is how you made me, then show me how to live with this ache without letting it consume me. Pray 53. There are nights I lie awake, replaying conversations, wondering if I said too much or cared too obviously. I shrink, ashamed of how open I was. But you never shamed people for being tender. You healed them. So God, heal me too, not from my softness, but from the shame wrapped around it. Pray 54. God, if this tenderness is part of my purpose, then I need you to protect it, because the world keeps trying to turn it into pain. It twists compassion into weakness, vulnerability into failure, kindness into naivete. But you see differently. You always have. So teach me to see myself through your eyes, not theirs. Tonight, I give you my rawness, my open heart, my exposed soul. Not because I want to be fixed, but because I need to be reminded that this tenderness is not a flaw. It's a holy echo of your own heart. And even if it feels like a wound today, it might just be the beginning of healing in someone else.
The weight of carrying too much. God, it's heavy. Carrying what I was never asked to carry, but couldn't leave behind. The emotions, the memories, the pain of others, they cling to me. I care too much, they say, and maybe I do. But how do I stop, Lord, when my heart was built to hold more than just my own sorrow? Pray 56. Lord, I care even when I don't want to, even when it hurts, even when they don't care back. And it leaves me exhausted, like I've poured myself into people who never asked for it and never noticed when it was gone. God, what do I do with all this love that has nowhere to go? Pray 57. Sometimes I care others in my prayers long after they've forgotten me in theirs. I remember birthdays. I notice when someone's smile changes. I reach out, even when my own heart is running low. God, is this what you meant by loving like you? Because it feels holy, but it also feels like it's breaking me. Pray 58. I feel like I'm drowning in unspoken grief. Not mine, but the kind I've absorbed from the people around me. I pick up their silence, their tension, their sadness, and I hold it quietly like it's my job to carry what no one else will name. God, if I can't carry it all, can you give it to you? Pray 59. I've been told to stop caring so much, that it would make life easier, but I don't know how. It's stitched into who I am, into how I love, into how I notice the little things that everyone else misses. So, if I can't stop caring, Lord, can you at least help me not be crushed by it? Pray 60. Tonight, I bring you the tired parts of me, the ones worn down from loving deeply, from holding space for others, from carrying too many emotions in silence. God, let me set this weight down at your feet, not so I can care less, but so I can care from a place of peace, not depletion. Teach me to love like you without losing myself in the process. I want to stop feeling. God, I'm tired, not just physically, but emotionally. Tired of caring, tired of breaking, tired of holding on so tightly to everything that hurts. There are moments I wish I could just shut it all off, to feel nothing,
just for a little while. Would that be so wrong? Praise 61. Lord, I know you made me to feel, but lately my heart feels overstretched, like it can't take one more thing. I walk through the day on the edge of tears, not because something terrible happened, but because I never really recovered from the last heartbreak. I want to feel less, God, just long enough to breathe again. Pray 62. There are times I stare blankly at a screen, at a wall, at my hands, and wish I could be someone else, someone who doesn't care this deeply, someone who doesn't feel torn apart by things others brush off. But this is the heart you gave me, and I don't know how to carry it anymore. Pray 63. Sometimes I fantasize about going numb, not in a dark or dangerous way, just quiet, detached, unaffected. To sit through a storm and not feel every drop inside me. But even in those thoughts, I sense you whisper, don't lose what makes you human. Still, God, I wish you'd teach me how to soften the intensity. Pray 64. They say emotions make us alive, but what if they're also the reason I'm constantly drowning? I don't want to turn cold. I just want to turn down the volume, to feel without being consumed, to care without collapsing. God, can you show me how to feel without losing my footing? So tonight, I admit it to you. I don't want to feel this much anymore, but I don't want to lose myself either. Hold this fragile heart, Lord. Help me find balance in the middle of all this depth. Let my feelings be a river, not a flood. Let me feel, but also let me rest.
But you made me this way. God, if I'm too sensitive, too emotional, too soft for this world, then why did you make me this way? Did you mean for me to feel so much, to break so easily, to love so deeply it hurts? Was it intentional, or did something go wrong in me along the way? Pray 66. Lord, I've spent so much of my life wishing I was different, wishing I was colder, tougher, more detached. But somewhere deep down, I know you don't make mistakes. So if this tender heart is part of your design, why does it feel so hard to carry? Why does it make me feel like I was built wrong for the world you placed me in? Pray 67. I keep asking you to change me, to make me less affected, less overwhelmed, less fragile. But maybe the better prayer isn't make me different, but help me live fully as I am. God, if you wove this sensitivity into my being, then teach me how to carry it with dignity, not shame. Pray 68. You formed my heart. You knew every layer of softness, every raw nerve, every storm I'd feel before I ever walked through it. So why do I feel like a mistake when I react exactly the way you created me to? God, if you're proud of how I made, can you help me be proud too? Pray 69. I don't want to keep running from who I am. I don't want to keep trying to fix what you never called broken. Maybe sensitivity isn't weakness, it's awareness. Maybe my softness isn't failure, it's reflection. God, show me what you see in me when I'm struggling to see anything good at all. Pray 70. So tonight, I stop fighting my design. I lay down the belief that I'm too much. I stop apologizing for the softness in my voice, the tears in my eyes, the ache in my chest. You made me this way, on purpose. And if you can call it beautiful, then maybe I can too. Can you still use someone like me? God, I've asked this quietly for years. Can you still use someone like me? Someone who cries too much, feels too deeply, breaks too often? I don't always feel strong. I don't always feel useful. But I want to believe that even the soft-hearted have a place in your plan. Pray 71. Lord, I'm not the bold one, not the loud one, not the fearless one who charges into the storm. I tremble. I overthink. I sometimes sit in silence because I don't know what to say. But can you still use that silence? Can you still use someone who isn't strong by the world's definition? I've always assumed you wanted people who were brave, resilient, confident, but I don't feel like any of those things. I'm soft-spoken, worn out, easily overwhelmed. But you used broken people all throughout Scripture. So maybe you still use those who don't seem usable at all. I offer you my fragility, not because it's impressive, but because it's all I have. I don't come with polished edges or perfect peace. I come with trembling hands and a heart that still wants to love even after it's been shattered. God, can that be enough? Sometimes I feel like my sensitivity disqualifies me, like I'll always be too messy, too tender, too easily undone. But maybe you don't disqualify softness. Maybe you specialize in it. Maybe you use the ones who feel everything to reach those who feel nothing at all. If so, I'm willing. Just show me how. So here I am, God, not strong, not fearless, but willing. Willing to be yours, willing to love like you, willing to keep showing up with a heart that feels too much. If you can use someone like me, then I give you all I am. Teach me how to carry this gently. God, if this heart, this soft, fragile, bleeding heart, is what you've given me, then I need you to show me how to live with it. Not fight it, not harden it, not run from it, but carry it gently, with grace, with strength, and with purpose. Because right now, it feels like too much for my hands alone. Pray 76. Lord, I was never taught how to live with this level of sensitivity, how to feel everything and not collapse, how to love deeply and not drown in it, how to care endlessly and not disappear in the process. But you know how to carry what's delicate, so please teach me how to do the same with myself. Pray 77. I want to stop seeing my softness as something to manage. I want to learn how to nurture it, to protect it, to honor it, not just endure it. God, help me hold this heart you've given me like it's something holy, not something I have to hide. Pray 78. When the world is too loud, when my chest tightens from invisible weight, when I want to shut down just to feel safe again, God, be my anchor. Help me slow down instead of shut off. Help me breathe through the feelings instead of fearing them. Teach me that gentleness is still strength. Pray 79. Sometimes I carry others better than I carry myself. I give grace away like sunlight, but hoard criticism in the dark corners of my soul. Lord, show me how to carry my own pain the way you carry me, patiently, tenderly, without shame. Pray 80. Tonight, I won't try to be someone else. I won't try to silence this heart or toughen it into stone. Instead, I ask you to walk with me, to teach me the rhythm of carrying this softness without letting it crush me. Let me become someone who can live with this heart, not fear it. let my softness be my strength. God, I've always been told that strength looks like toughness, like walls, like steel, like never flinching no matter what comes. But what if strength also looks like softness, the kind that stays tender in a world that grows cold, the kind that keeps loving even after it's been hurt? Could it be, Lord, that my softness is not weakness, but sacred strength in disguise? Pray 81. Lord, I've seen how the world honors the hard and fast and loud, but what about those who stay gentle, even after the breaking? What about the ones who show up with open hearts when it would be easier to shut down? If that's me, then teach me to see that not as failure, but as fierce, quiet courage. Pray 82. I used to believe that to survive, I had to toughen up, that I had to shed my softness like skin that no longer served me. But now I wonder, what if my softness is what saves me? What if it keeps me human when everything else tries to turn me numb? God, help me protect it, not erase it. Pray 83. Let my softness be my strength, Lord, not a thing to be explained, not a thing to be hidden. Let it be the way I lead, the way I heal, the way I love. Let it be the gentle fire that warms what the world has frozen. Pray 84. I've bent under the weight of this tender heart, but I've never let it turn to stone. And maybe that's what strength really is, not being untouched, but being willing to feel again anyway. God, remind me, resilience doesn't have to roar. Sometimes it whispers and still survives. Tonight, I offer you this truth I'm learning slowly, that there is power in being soft, power in choosing grace over bitterness, compassion over numbness, hope over cynicism. God, help me walk with a softness that doesn't shrink, but stands tall in the storm and stays kind anyway. Remind me I'm not alone. God, sometimes what hurts most isn't the feeling itself. It's feeling like I'm the only one who feels this way. Like no one understands the weight I carry inside, the thoughts I can't put into words, the ache I can't quite explain. I don't need a crowd, but I need to know I'm not walking through this alone. Prayer 86. Lord, I've smiled in rooms where my soul was crying. I've laughed while something inside me was unraveling, and no one noticed. No one asked. No one stayed long enough to see past the surface. But you, God, you've always seen deeper. Remind me that even when no one else understands, you do. Prayer 87. There are nights when the silence feels louder than words, when my phone doesn't ring, when the world goes quiet, and I wonder if anyone would notice if I disappeared. God, be near in those moments. Whisper into that silence. Let your presence feel closer than the loneliness in my chest. Prayer 88. I don't need someone to fix me. I don't even need someone to have the answers. I just need someone to sit beside my pain, to say, me too, to let me breathe without pretending. God, be that someone. Be the safe place where I don't have to hide. Prayer 89.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm the only one who feels this much, who breaks this often, who aches for connection but still feels disconnected. If there are others like me out there, Lord, help us find each other. And until then, be the friend who never walks away. Prayer 90. Tonight, I lay down the belief that I have to carry this alone. Even when the world doesn't see me, even when the people I love don't understand, I am not abandoned. You are here. You've always been. So wrap your arms around my soul and remind me again, I'm never truly alone.
Let my fragile heart rest in you. God, I've been holding it all together for so long, holding back tears, holding in pain, holding up masks I'm too tired to keep wearing. This heart of mine, the one that feels too much, loves too much, hurts too much, just wants a safe place to rest. Let it be you. Pray 91. Lord, my heart feels like it's been carrying the weight of 1,000 tiny wounds, not one big enough to break me all at once, but small ones, over and over again. And now I'm tired in a way sleep can't fix. God, take this heart into your hands tonight. Hold it gently. Don't ask it to be strong. Just let it rest. Pray 92. There are days I wake up already weary, not from what's ahead, but from what hasn't healed. I carry old pain like it happened yesterday. I carry people who've long let go of me. I carry emotions I don't even have words for. God, if my heart is fragile, can you be the strength that holds it up? Pray 93. I don't want to pretend I'm okay tonight. I don't want to push through or rise above. I just want to sit here, in your presence, and let the tears come if they need to. No pressure, no performance, just me, just you, and the kind of peace that asks for nothing in return. Pray 94. God, I know you don't get tired of me. You don't sigh when I come to you again with the same ache. You don't roll your eyes at my repeated prayers. You simply open your arms. So here I am again, fragile, overwhelmed, unsure. Thank you for not turning me away. Pray 95. Tonight I lay this heart in your hands, not to be fixed, not to be hardened, just to be held. Let it breathe without fear. Let it heal without pressure. Let it rest in the only place where sensitivity is not a flaw, but something sacred. Make me whole again. God, I've carried shame for being fragile, for crying too easily, for breaking too often, for not being able to move on as quickly as others do. But tonight, I don't want to fix what you never called broken. I don't want to erase what you shaped with care. I just want to be whole again. Not harder, not colder, just whole. Pray 96. Lord, wholeness doesn't mean perfection. It means integration. Bringing the shattered pieces back together, not pretending they were never cracked. So here I am, with every part of me I tried to hide. Every emotion, every tear, every tremble. I place them in your hands, not to be erased, but to be welcomed. Pray 97. I thought healing meant never hurting again, but now I see it means knowing where to go when I do. It means not hiding from my pain, but letting you hold it with me. So God, meet me in the soft places, in the places I once called too much. Let them be sacred now. Let them be seen and safe. Pray 98. Thank you for never giving up on me, even when I gave up on myself. Thank you for calling me valuable, even when I called myself too sensitive.
You have stayed near in every trembling moment. You have whispered truth when shame was loud. God, thank you for loving the very parts I tried to silence. Pray 99. I no longer ask you to take away my tenderness. I ask you to teach me how to live from it, to speak from it, to serve from it, to lead with it. Let it be my gift, not my guilt. Let it be the way you shine through me, gently, quietly, powerfully. Pray 100. Tonight, I close my eyes knowing I'm not too much, not too fragile, not too broken, just deeply human and deeply loved. God, let this heart rest now, not in hiding, but in wholeness, because you've never asked me to be less. You've only asked me to be held.